Have you ever found yourself standing at a crossroads in life, feeling a profound pull toward one path while another seems equally compelling? This tension between feeling called and being chosen is a common experience that many of us grapple with, yet it often remains shrouded in confusion. In a world filled with distractions and societal noise, how can you discern the invitations that genuinely resonate with your soul? Dr. Elisabeth Kübler-Ross, renowned for her pioneering work in understanding the psychological stages of grief, has provided invaluable insights that can guide us through these turbulent waters. Her groundbreaking perspectives encourage us to reflect deeply on how our choices shape the tapestry of our journey. Kübler-Ross introduced 5 stages: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance, not just applicable to grief, but to our broader experiences of personal growth and existential questioning. When you consider the idea of being called, think of it as a soft whisper or a gentle nudge that beckons you toward a purpose greater than yourself. On the other hand, being chosen can feel like a spotlight is cast upon you, elevating you in the eyes of others. But here lies the paradox. The louder the external noise, the harder it becomes to hear your inner calling. What distractions in your life have drowned out your intuition? What societal expectations have you felt compelled to fulfill, even at the expense of your true desires? Imagine your life's choices like a finely woven tapestry, where each thread represents an experience or decision. Some threads may be vibrant, while others might appear frayed or faded, yet all are essential in creating the bigger picture of who you are. Reflect on your own tapestry. Are there moments you recall feeling an undeniable urge to pursue something that spoke to your heart? Or have there been times when you've teetered on the edge of indecision, overwhelmed by the cacophony of opinions and judgments around you? Kübler-Ross's work compels us to scrutinize the emotions tied to our journey. Have you ever experienced denial regarding a calling you felt deep down? Perhaps you brushed aside the idea of pursuing a passion because it seemed impractical or unnecessary. Or maybe you felt angry at the universe for where you are in life, believing you deserved more than you were getting. Anger, when acknowledged, can be a powerful catalyst for change, illuminating the areas in your life that need your attention. Now, consider for a moment the moments in your life when you felt intentionally drawn toward something, yet you've hesitated, paralyzed by fear or self-doubt. Kübler-Ross's stages remind us that understanding ourselves involves traversing through these complex emotions, an essential journey from denial to acceptance. What if, instead of observing your emotions as obstacles, you began to see them as essential parts of your growth process? Each of these feelings, denial, anger, and all that follows, serves a purpose in guiding you toward clarity. They remind you of your humanity and your ability to choose. Even in the chaos of uncertainty, there lies a call to redefine what it means to truly live your purpose. As you ponder these questions, invite yourself to explore the deeper layers of your experiences. What if the distinction between being called and chosen lies not in external validation, but in your inward journey toward authenticity? Would embracing this idea enable you to find peace in the choices you make, regardless of how society interprets them? If you're curious about the deeper meaning of your choices and wish to embark on a journey of exploration, subscribe now to unravel life's profound questions with us. Embrace the journey as we delve deeper into the intricate layers of what it means to be called versus chosen. Together, let's uncover the many invitations life offers and how we can respond to them with clarity and purpose. As we navigate the complex interplay of being called versus chosen, we must confront the emotions that often cloud our understanding of our path. In particular, denial and anger can be significant barriers, pulling us away from our true calling and leading us into a fog of confusion. Have you ever found yourself in a state of denial about your true desires? Perhaps you've hesitated to admit you wanted something more fulfilling, fearing the judgment of others or the disappointment of failing to pursue it. This denial can act like a thick veil, shrouding your reality and preventing you from acknowledging the profound invitations life offers. Denial is not simply about avoiding uncomfortable truths. It's a protective mechanism. Think about it. How many times have you told yourself that you were fine with your current situation, even when deep inside a voice urged you to seek something greater? Kübler-Ross's work highlights that this stage can shield us from the pain of loss or transition. However, while this illusion of safety lingers, it often keeps us away from our authentic selves. Embracing this denial is the first step toward understanding that it's okay to yearn for more. Then comes anger, a raw and powerful emotion that can either fuel our passion or consume us entirely. Anger arises when we feel rejected, overlooked, or merely existing without purpose. It can serve as a wake-up call, a signal that something in our lives demands our attention. When faced with a calling, how often have you found yourself grappling with anger? Are you angry at your circumstances or perhaps at yourself for not pursuing that dream? Anger can be a potent energy source that propels us toward change if we allow ourselves to feel and explore it rather than bury it beneath layers of denial. Imagine anger as a fire within you. If you deny its existence, it may smolder quietly, waiting for the right moment to erupt in destructive ways. However, if you confront and manage that fire, you can harness it to ignite your passion, guiding you toward your calling. Reflect on a time when anger led you to take action. Perhaps it prompted you to seek a new job, end an unhealthy relationship, or finally express your true feelings. How can you use that same courage and determination to face the distractions that pull you away from your authentic calling? What are the transactions you often make in your life? How do they hold you captive? Kübler-Ross describes bargaining as a way of negotiating with ourselves when faced with the reality of our choices. Have you ever caught yourself thinking, if I sacrifice this, maybe I can attain that? It's an exhausting cycle, isn't it? The challenge arises when you sacrifice parts of yourself, your dreams, or your calling just to feel chosen or accepted by societal standards. Is it possible that in your attempts to fit into roles or expectations, you've subconsciously denied your true essence? Reflect on your own journey. What dreams have you bargained away in the hopes of being chosen? What passions have you stifled due to the fear of judgment? Recognizing these patterns is vital to breaking free from the constraints of denial and anger. Engaging actively with your emotions will allow you to move toward understanding and acceptance. Deep down, you have the power to challenge and change these narratives. Step by step, you can identify the stages of your emotional journey. Embrace the discomfort and let it lead you toward growth. Your path may be tumultuous, but it is undeniably yours to shape. To foster a clearer understanding of your personal journey, let the awareness of denial and anger guide you towards self-discovery and healing. Reflect on this. What if confronting these emotions allowed you to reclaim the call you once felt? How could accepting your complicated feelings transform the way you perceive your choices? Have you ever felt denial about your path? If you resonate with this struggle, leave a comment below, sharing your experiences. Your story may inspire someone else on their journey toward acceptance, reminding us all that the path to clarity often begins in the depths of our emotional landscape. As we explore these layers, let's remember that every emotion serves a purpose in our unique journey, leading us closer to the authenticity we seek. Together, let's dive deeper into these complex emotions and uncover their potential to illuminate our paths. As we've traversed the landscape of denial and anger, we now encounter the intricate dance of negotiation and depression, pivotal elements in understanding what it means to feel either called or chosen. Have you ever found yourself caught in a negotiation with life? It's as if you're bargaining for clarity, wondering which sacrifices are necessary to align with your aspirations. What are you willing to give up, truly, in exchange for the validation of being chosen? The negotiation trap can be treacherous territory, leading you further away from your authentic self. In Kübler-Ross's exploration of grief, bargaining reflects our attempts to regain control or seek compromise when faced with difficult truths. But what happens when this negotiation extends beyond momentary struggles and seeps into how you view your worth and purpose? Have you ever felt that the exchanges you make, your time, your energy, your very identity, might not be enough to merit the title of being chosen? This can lead to a debilitating cycle of self-doubt and depression where you question not just the worthiness of your choices, but your inherent value as a person. Consider the metaphor of a scale where each choice you make weighs against the ideal vision you hold for yourself. Do you often find your scale tipped towards inadequacy? You may find it hard to recognize your contributions and talents, especially when comparing yourself to others who seem to be thriving, seemingly chosen for their brilliance and success. This comparison can create a chasm of sadness that deepens with each new social media post you scroll through, each success story you hear from friends, reinforcing the narrative that you are somehow less than. As you grapple with these feelings, it's essential to remember that depression often hides behind societal expectations, waiting to ensnare you in that despair of believing you're not enough. Have you ever hesitated to pursue your passions, fearing that they're too trivial compared to what others have accomplished? Kübler-Ross's stages shed light on how these feelings are not a sign of weakness, but rather human emotions that require acknowledgement. Depression can serve as a wake-up call, urging you to accept the reality of what you truly want, prompting you to confront what has been left unaddressed in your soul. What if you allowed your negotiation process to include a vital element of self-compassion? Imagine viewing the decisions you make as part of a nurturing dialogue with yourself, rather than a relentless bargaining process. Instead of asking, "What can I sacrifice to be chosen?" consider asking, "How can I honor my journey while pursuing my true calling?" Bringing this mindset shift could reshape your relationship with your desired outcomes, allowing you to embrace the ebb and flow of growth without compromising your essence. In practical terms, what might this look like for you? It involves acknowledging that your path is not linear. It's a series of steps, where some might feel like setbacks, but can actually guide you back to your authentic self. You may want to reevaluate the agreements you've made with yourself, particularly regarding what it means to be deserving of success and calling. Are the rules you've set for yourself too harsh, too rigid? Reflect on times when you felt joy in your pursuits. How can you incorporate more of those moments into your daily life? This examination can unearth layers of insight that you may have overlooked in the haze of self-criticism. It invites you to reassess your emotions as powerful teachers. Instead of viewing them as signs of weakness, consider them as guides that can lead you toward deeper understanding and acceptance. What if, by acknowledging your sadness and sense of inadequacy, you're opening the door to the possibility of profound growth? As you consider these questions, think of the last time you engaged in a negotiation with yourself. Did you feel empowered or defeated? It's essential to recognize that every choice you make, every negotiation you enter, reflects your desires and beliefs. A conscious choice is a step toward empowerment, while mindless negotiation can tether you to a life that doesn't fully resonate with who you are. Let's continue this exploration together, recognizing that the journey to acceptance may be challenging, but is also an incredibly rewarding process of self-discovery. Embrace each step, no matter how small, as you navigate the complexities of feeling called versus chosen. Remember, it's in these nuances that we often find the most profound truths about ourselves. As we transition from the struggles of negotiation and depression, we find ourselves confronting the inevitable journey toward acceptance. Acceptance involves not just resignation, but a profound acknowledgement of where you are on your path, including all the trials, tribulations, and triumphs that have shaped you. Dr. Elisabeth Kübler-Ross teaches us that acceptance is often mistaken as a passive state. In reality, it is an active, deliberate choice to embrace the entirety of our experiences, the good, the bad, and everything in between. Have you ever noticed how acceptance requires an almost radical honesty with oneself? What does it mean for you to stand in the truth of your experience, to look at your life and say, "This is where I am right now"? This place is often filled with discomfort, as it demands that you stop the cycle of self-deception, of bargaining your worth, and instead simply allow yourself to feel the weight of your reality. In that space, you can gather your strength and courage to redefine your narrative, the resilience that arises from recognizing your flaws as just as valuable as your strengths. Consider the metaphor of an artist creating a masterpiece. Every stroke of paint, even the seemingly errant ones, contributes to the overall beauty of the piece. What if your life is similarly a canvas, where every experience, joyous or painful, adds color and depth? In this light, could you view your challenges with gratitude as pivotal moments that shaped you into the person you are today? Imagine how freeing it could feel to shift your perspective from viewing setbacks as failures to seeing them as essential brushstrokes of your narrative. Accepting where you are does not negate your longing for something more. Rather, it grounds you in reality, paving the way for authentic growth. Reflect for a moment. What aspects of your life have you struggled to accept? Perhaps it's a career path that feels misaligned, or a relationship that no longer serves you. Allowing yourself to confront these realities can be jarring, but it's in this raw confrontation that you regain power. Think about this. If you were to accept your current reality, however imperfect, what possibilities might arise? Acceptance is not a one-time event, but a continuous process. This ongoing journey is akin to a spiral, where you may find yourself revisiting the same emotions over time, each time from a different vantage point. Have you felt this cyclical nature of reflection? The emotional roller coaster can feel exhausting, but it is also a vital part of understanding that acceptance is not about surrendering to defeat. Instead, it is about cultivating resilience and embracing your ability to move forward. What steps can you take today to nurture this acceptance? One practical approach is to integrate mindfulness into your daily routine. Set aside a few moments each day to breathe, reflect, and sit with your feelings without judgment. This acknowledgement fosters a deeper connection to your inner self, allowing for unfurling layers of acceptance that lead you to clarity. Start small. Perhaps maintain a journal where you express your thoughts and feelings, detailing those elements of your life you're struggling to accept. This exercise can provide insight and guide you on a pathway to transformation. Now, let's turn to the question of how acceptance can impact your sense of being called versus chosen. When you accept where you are, you open the door to hearing the whispers of genuine calling more clearly. Are you willing to allow that calling to surface, free from the fear of being judged or comparison? Acceptance can liberate you from the pressures of societal expectations, allowing you to pursue passions that resonate deeply with your soul rather than merely seeking validation. In embracing acceptance, you not only honor yourself, but create space for others to do the same. How powerful would it be to inspire those around you by simply courageously accepting your journey? By sharing your story, flaws and all, You invite others to embark on their own path of inner exploration and acceptance. If you find yourself resonating with the idea of acceptance, please share your journey in the comments below. Your insights could be a beacon for someone else navigating this complex terrain. Let's foster a sense of community around acceptance, acknowledging that while the journey is uniquely ours, we share in the collective human experience. Together, we are exploring what it means to move from being chosen by external notions of success to embracing the profound truth of being called to live our lives authentically. Embracing acceptance allows us to navigate our experiences with grace and compassion, ultimately leading us closer to fulfilling our true potential. As we delve deeper into the rich tapestry of acceptance, we now arrive at a critical juncture in our exploration, the transformative power of connection. It's undeniable that our paths toward understanding the nuances of being called versus chosen are influenced by the relationships we cultivate. The people we surround ourselves with can either propel us toward our true calling or pull us back into the shadows of doubt. What kind of connections are you nurturing in your life? Are they aligned with your journey toward authenticity, or do they perpetuate feelings of inadequacy and disconnection? Connection is often regarded as one of the cornerstones of human existence. It fuels our desire for belonging. However, how often do we consciously choose to engage with those who uplift and empower us? Reflect on the people you interact with. Do they inspire you, or do they reinforce the narratives of fear and societal expectation that you're trying to overcome? In the context of Kübler-Ross's model, the company we keep can significantly impact how we navigate through the stages of grief and acceptance, deeply influencing our emotional well-being. Imagine your life as a vibrant garden. The flowers represent your aspirations and dreams, while the weeds symbolize negativity, doubt, and unhelpful judgments. The connections in your life can be likened to sunlight and water, essential elements that either nourish your garden or choke out its potential. Are the people surrounding you providing the nurturing support you need, or are they draining your energy and dimming your light? To thrive in your authentic journey, it's crucial to tend to the connections that cultivate growth and harmony. In this light, let's consider the concept of vulnerability. Opening yourself up to others, sharing your struggles, doubts, and dreams can be the catalyst for deep, meaningful connections. Kübler-Ross emphasized that vulnerability is an essential part of healing. When we share our authentic selves, we invite others to do the same, creating a space where both can flourish. Have you allowed yourself to be vulnerable with those around you? Think back to a time when you felt truly seen and understood by someone. Perhaps it was during a heart-to-heart conversation or a shared experience. Those moments of connection often spark profound realizations about ourselves, illuminating the path toward acceptance. They remind us that we're not alone in our struggles, and in this realization, we can find strength to embrace our own calling. Consider how you can create and nurture those connections in your life. You might start by engaging in open dialogues with friends or family about your pursuit of authenticity. Share your journey and invite them to share theirs. By fostering an environment of honesty, you can open the doorway for mutual support. If you feel drawn to a group that resonates with your passions, be it a book club, artistic endeavor, or community service initiative, don't hesitate to dive in. Often, the simplest connections can have the most profound effects on our lives. Moreover, think about the digital connections you maintain. Social media can be a double-edged sword. While it has the potential to foster community, it can also perpetuate isolation and comparison. Curate your online interactions by engaging with voices that uplift, inspire, and nourish your passions. By actively choosing who to connect with, both in person and online, you're taking a powerful step towards aligning yourself with people who reflect your genuine calling. As we reflect on these concepts, let's pose some guiding questions to deepen our exploration. How do your current connections either support or hinder your journey toward acceptance? In what ways can you seek out relationships that cultivate encouragement and authenticity? Are there connections in your life that you need to reconsider, either by setting boundaries or letting go entirely? Connection is a choice, and it mirrors the overall choice you make to embrace your journey with authenticity. If you resonate with the idea that nurturing positive connections is essential to living your calling, share your thoughts below. Your contributions might inspire others to reflect on their own connections and take proactive steps toward cultivating supportive relationships. Together, we can create a community where acceptance and growth thrive, fostering an environment where being called to our true potential is celebrated and encouraged. As you embark on this journey of connection, remember that each supportive relationship serves as a stepping stone toward greater clarity, authenticity, and fulfillment in your life. Embrace these connections. They are vital to helping you navigate the complexities of your journey and inch closer to discovering the truths you seek. As we delve into the intricate layers of connection, we now turn our attention to the transformative power of self-acceptance and self-compassion. While the relationships we nurture play a crucial role in our growth, the relationship you have with yourself is perhaps the most vital. This inner dialogue shapes your perceptions, influences how you interact with others, and ultimately dictates how you pursue your calling. Have you ever truly listened to how you speak to yourself? What messages run through your mind daily? Elisabeth Kübler-Ross reminds us that self-acceptance is not merely a destination. It is an ongoing journey filled with both challenges and revelations. Embracing yourself with all your flaws and virtues ignites a powerful transformation that propels you forward. It requires you to acknowledge your imperfections without judgment, to grant yourself the kindness you often extend to others. Reflect for a moment. How easy is it for you to show compassion to a friend in distress compared to the way you treat yourself? Practicing self-compassion means fostering a deeper understanding of your emotions and experiences. Imagine putting on a pair of glasses that enable you to see your life through a lens of kindness and empathy. This perspective allows you to view your mistakes not as failures, but as valuable lessons that foster growth. When was the last time you flipped your internal narrative in this way? Think of your journey as a garden. The flowers symbolize your aspirations, while the weeds represent negativity and self-doubt. If self-criticism is akin to persistent weeds, self-compassion acts as the tender gardener who disentangles them, allowing your flowers to flourish. When you nurture self-acceptance, acknowledging every experience as essential to your growth, you create fertile ground for flourishing. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by self-doubt? How liberating would it be to embrace those moments as opportunities for self-kindness instead of judgment? This shift in perspective can foster a deeper self-connection, prompting you to explore your authentic aspirations. As you embark on this journey, consider crafting a self-compassion mantra, a simple phrase that resonates with you. It could be something like, "I am enough as I am," or "My journey is valid." By repeating this mantra, you provide a nurturing reminder of your worth during challenging times. Moreover, as you cultivate self-acceptance and compassion, think about the lessons embedded in your challenges. Remember, Kübler-Ross's stages invite us to confront our emotions without fear. What can you learn from a past struggle? How might recognizing these lessons help you move forward? Self-acceptance doesn't imply complacency. Rather, it empowers growth. Accepting where you are allows you to navigate your emotions without feeling crushed by judgment. This acceptance creates space for both strengths and weaknesses, giving you the courage to pursue your true calling unencumbered by fear. Let's pose some reflective questions to facilitate deeper exploration. How do you practice self-compassion daily? What thoughts emerge during moments of struggle? Are they supportive or harsh? If you feel inspired to foster a deeper relationship with yourself, Share your reflections in the comments. Your insights may encourage others to embrace their journeys with self-kindness. In this community, we not only connect with others, but also with ourselves, uncovering the depth of our existence. Self-acceptance is a reclamation of your narrative, allowing you to live fully and authentically. As we journey together, remember that self-compassion is a profound act of love for the person you are becoming. Embrace this journey and witness how it enriches your relationship with yourself and the connections around you. With each step taken towards self-acceptance, you inch closer to discovering the truths that can transform your life. As we conclude our journey through acceptance, connection, and self-compassion, it's essential to recognize the profound impact of taking action. In the exploration of our emotions and relationships, we often find ourselves at a crossroads. Choice becomes a recurring theme, deciding not just how we feel, but how we choose to respond to those feelings and experiences. This brings us to the dynamic interplay between awareness and action. How often do you find yourself aware of the changes you wish to make, yet hesitant to take that first step? The emotional landscape we navigate is populated by choices, both conscious and unconscious. Elisabeth Kübler-Ross articulated the stages of grief, revealing a path filled with potential for profound transformation. Yet beyond acknowledgement of our emotions lies the critical choice of how to respond to them. Acceptance initiates this process, but action propels us forward. What is the most authentic action you could take to honor your feelings and desires today? Consider how action manifests in your daily life. When you feel inspired or called towards something new, what obstacles rise to the surface? Often it's fear of judgment, failure, or even success. These fears can create a mental fog, shrouding your path to authenticity. Tackling these fears head-on often requires embracing vulnerability. It's the courage to step outside your comfort zone, even when the destination isn't entirely clear. Will you allow your fears to dictate your choices, or will you choose to confront them? Picture a bird learning to fly. At some point, it must leave the safety of the nest. That moment of leap, while intimidating, is essential for growth. Similarly, the actions you take in pursuit of your calling can lead to monumental shifts, both within and around you. The idea is not simply to leap without thought, but to leap with intention. Reflect on your nests, the routines or relationships that feel safe but may inhibit your growth. What actions will you take to step beyond those bounds and explore new horizons? Action isn't merely about grand gestures either. It encompasses small, deliberate steps taken every day. Perhaps it means starting a new hobby that excites you, or reaching out to someone who shares your passions. Maybe it involves setting boundaries in relationships that drain your energy, or seeking out supportive communities where you can flourish. Each action, however small, cultivates a sense of agency and ownership over your life. Are you ready to take those steps? To foster greater awareness of our choices, let's incorporate a daily practice of reflection. At the end of each day, take a few moments to consider the actions you've taken and how they align with your values and aspirations. Ask yourself, did my actions today reflect my authentic self? How did I respond to the emotions I experienced? This practice helps bridge the gap between awareness and action, allowing you to iterate and adjust your path as needed. Additionally, embrace the power of celebrating your actions, no matter how small. When you take a step toward your calling, acknowledge it. This validation can build momentum, reinforcing a cycle of positive choices. Create a ritual, whether it's writing down your accomplishments, sharing them with a friend, or even treating yourself to a small reward. How can you celebrate the courage it takes to act authentically? As we reflect on the broader themes of acceptance, connection, self-compassion, and action, it's time to consider the larger community in which we exist. We each have a role in fostering a culture where authenticity is valued and supported. When you take action that aligns with your true self, you may inspire others to do the same. How can you be a beacon of authenticity in your circle? If you feel moved by the exploration of action, share your thoughts in the comments. Your insights could light the way for someone else grappling with the complexity of their journey. Together, let's create a space where action grounded in acceptance becomes a shared value, a movement toward living authentically and fully. As we draw this exploration to a close, remember that the journey doesn't end here. Life is an evolving tapestry of experiences, emotions, and connections, each thread contributing to the larger picture of who you are. Embrace the continual process of self-discovery and growth. With each small action taken toward your truth, you not only honor yourself, but you also invite a ripple effect of change in the world around you. Choose to act, choose to embrace the journey, and witness how the landscape of your life transforms in the process.